Our final resolution tonight, Resolution 191. Madam Clerk, when you're ready.
Over the last several years, the city has considered a number of options to address the funding challenges at transit, including fare increases adopted in 2022, additional grant income to support capital purchases and operations, and reduction or elimination of services. The city is also considering how to address increasing demands for service, including demand beyond the system's traditional service boundaries. To secure long-term financial sustainability and to better meet the demand for service, the city has been working with stakeholders countywide to provide for a coordinated countywide transportation system supported by a dedicated source of funding. Currently, Calhoun County is the only jurisdiction in the region without a countywide system to meet consumer needs. In 2021, Battle Creek Transit launched the Calhoun County Coordinated Mobility Pilot, BCGO, which has proven to be successful in both rural and urban settings around the county. As of June 2023, BCGO has received more than 80,000 trip requests countywide in only 2 years of operation. The city recognizes that a countywide transportation authority can provide the framework for addressing the service demands and financial needs of a comprehensive transportation strategy. The creation of a transit authority will provide for more collaborative, coordinated, and comprehensive transportation to and from the city of Battle Creek and participating communities. As a result, the city's Public Transportation Committee is recommending that the City Commission and City Manager send a letter to the Calhoun County Board of Commissioners requesting that they establish a countywide transportation authority as allowed under the provisions of Act 196 of Public Acts of 1986. This resolution requests authorization for the Mayor and City Manager to send a letter to the Calhoun County Board of Commissioners asking them to establish a countywide transportation authority as allowed under the provisions of Act 196 of Public Acts 1986.
I would like to move the approval of Resolution 191.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve Resolution 191. Are there any comments, questions, or clarifications needed by the Commission? Commissioner Smith, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Everybody here knows what my thoughts were about the initial intergovernmental agreement. I'd like to say that thanks to Rebecca, to everybody who's involved, I'm much more happy now. I feel like to begin with, a single seat on the Transportation Authority Board was not sufficient for the taxpayers who are going to be footing, over almost 40% of the bill. And under this new agreement with more representation and then the commitment that Battle Creek Transit, at least at this point, would be leading the operations of it. So we have not only, more local control, more local authority about our local routes where our funds are going. I'll say that I'm in a much happier place with it. I'll withhold judgment on any millage conversations, but right now I think this intergovernmental agreement is definitely adequate. So thank you.
Commissioner Simmons?
And I shared a lot of Commissioner Smith's concerns initially and, co-sponsored the resolution. I like this resolution better. It's more of a positive thing rather than opting out. But we were kind of at the time faced with the county had that on their agenda to form this authority, and I don't really know a whole heck of a lot about it. So let's step back, and so that's why at that time. And I think staff heard concerns, not just those of us who had sponsored opting out of that, but other commissioners who said, yeah, maybe we need to go back to the drawing board on the composition of this. And as Commissioner Smith mentioned, the bylaws have been changed and the city will have more representation. And besides the 2 seats that we're granted on there, potentially have members of the community who can put themselves forward to the county commission to be considered to be on that board. So I encourage all of you who stood up and spoke in favor of this, once this board is composed, to put yourself out there. And then, of course, we have to remember that we have some county commissioners that live in the city of Battle Creek. They will also, I would hope, have our citizens' best interest at heart. I spent so much time, Rebecca, thank you. I think I spent better part of our monthly meeting hours, talking about transportation. Mallory came in one of those meetings, and we talked for an hour, brought me along, understanding what's at stake here. This funding is not sustainable. Our general fund contributions currently has the potential to leverage, since we are expanding outside the city, we get state and federal money, has the potential to leverage more money from the federal and state government for these type of services for our citizens. And again, yeah, we'll have those discussions about millages and how this might be funded at a later time. I sat on the board that was comprised to put together the consolidated dispatch, and I think that was done very well. We consolidated City of Battle Creek and Marshall and Albion, all these dispatches that we used to run ourselves, into a consolidated dispatch for the county. Runs way more efficiently and saves the city a lot of money, and I think this has the potential to do that too. So I'll support this now and look forward to see what comes out, look forward to see what other municipalities opt in and opt out. That's going to be a huge part of this, so hopefully we can lead the way, and then something good will come out of this. So I'll support this today. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commission comments? Commissioner Patrick O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mayor. Yep, the main event of the evening here is transportation. And throughout our city, throughout our county, I do believe it's just so very important. Here, talk to me sometime. I believe in autonomous automobiles and drones, because that's the technology we have now helps some of our people that can't get out in the community, and I hope that this grows in the future into that. But right now, we really do need that transportation, as Chuck was talking about earlier, to make sure people can get to their appointments. And so many, our healthcare system is getting smaller and smaller because of staffing shortages and other things. So that not just that, we need to make sure that the citizens are taken care of in their need. And I was reminded as I'm listening, yeah, I don't ride the bus now because my job's on the other end of the county, just outside the end of the county, so I can't take that. But if I could, I would. Same thing I thought about if I could bike here, but it's I couldn't go to work all sweaty and do my job. But that's my excuse for it. But I go back to when I was a child. My mother would give me 50 cents. It's 25 cents to leave the house to go on the bus to head downtown to the Y Center and go swimming and enjoy an afternoon in the summer. 25 cents to come back home, so at least I could come home and get a good meal and be in my house and be fed. But so we got to look at it at different perspectives. The younger people that don't have driver's license, they need the freedom too to move around and visit towns like Albion, where there's so much history in Albion. I don't want to go on about that, but I mean, you're missing out on so much in our historical area by not allowing to have this countywide transportation. And I just have to leave with one thing. We talked about how many people ride the bus. It's not really that everybody here rides the bus, but when it's needed, it's there. But I go to the starfish story where the young boy's on the beach throwing starfish into the water, and a man walks up to him and goes, "You can't save them all," and he grabs another one out of the sand and throws it into the ocean. I saved that one today. So we got to look at is make this program what it needs to be, service to our community. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commission comments? Roger?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to thank Commissioner Smith and Commissioner Simmons for co-sponsoring this bill for the request from Commissioner Smith. And I also will be voting in favor of the proposal in 191.
Thank you very much. I believe we're ready to vote now. Please vote on Resolution 191. Resolution 191 has been approved.